Hello. I'm just lighting smudge stick. I guess you know if you're watching the replay. So hello, my name's Leanne Peters. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube, and I'm inspired to be here and create a space of healing. So I'm starting that by lighting the smudge stick. So yeah, I'll talk a bit more about it in a moment. Just let some people come in if they get notified and are available and are inspired to be here. Hello, Mary Ann. Lovely to see you. I trust that you're doing good. Hi, Courtney. Hi, Raven. Hi, Manjula. And Samar. Oh, I've got hair on my nose or something. Probably cat hair. It's molting season. So my daughter, I've just dropped my daughter at work. She's got a 3-hour shift. And I take her work time as an opportunity to catch up on some things that I want to do work-wise. Reply to emails and things like that. But before I do all that, I was very much inspired to be here and create a space of healing. So I trust that there is a reason for that. So what I'm going to be doing is smudging with you. I've got my Lotus drum. I'm going to play that. I'm going to pull a healing energy card and talk about whatever needs to be spoken about. I don't know really why I'm here. I just trust that I was inspired to be. I had the time, so I am. So let's create a space of healing and support and whatever it is that we need as individuals at this time. So let's start with some smudging. If you can join me for the next 20 minutes, which might be how long I'm doing this for, then please do. If you can't stay, then please come back and connect with the replay later if you're inspired to. So I've got this beautiful, this is mountain sage from the United States that a couple of my viewers sent in fresh, and I bundled it up and it just smells beautiful. So we're going to work with this for a moment. So take a nice big breath. Think about letting go as you breathe out, letting go of your worries, your concerns, your stress that you're under, and just really let it go and surrender it from your body, from inside you, from your mind. Let it go in these moments. So let's just stop and take 3 big breaths. Okay, let's ask that this sacred smoke carry away with it all negative energies, entities, cords, hooks, I was going to join 2 words together. Okay, I'll start again. Let's ask that this sacred smoke carry away with it all negative energies, entities, cords, hooks, attacks, and attachments. We ask that this sacred smoke gather or grab that energy from around us and within us and take it away. And so it is. So, okay, what I'm going to do now, I see it looks like it's almost a full moon out there. On Sunday perhaps, I don't know which day the full moon is, but it looks like it's only a couple of days away. So the energy might be building. You might feel a bit of a building up of energy. It's quite normal, especially some months we're a little bit more sensitive to the moon energies than other months. I find for me, I tend to be most sensitive around my own astrological sign, moon, and my opposite sign's moon. So because I'm a Taurus, I usually am most aware or sensitive of the moon energies around the Taurus full moon and the Scorpion full moon. Just seems to be me. Some people are affected by all of them. Some people don't even really notice. So it's just a very personal thing. So what I'm going to be doing is pulling a healing energy card, and I'm going to be looking for the best card that we need at this time for this healing space. So I'm creating this space of healing, and I'm looking for the best card that we need for the majority of us. So let's see what it is, and then we'll talk a bit more about it. So let's go with this card here. Okay, it's card 41 called Observation. And it says changes, cycles, growth, stretching into new territory, stepping out of your comfort zone. Actually, that's been really strong these last few days, I've noticed. I've talked a lot about, and I've only just clicked, I've talked a lot about our comfort zone and pushing out of our comfort zone. So that's really getting my attention and just kind of consolidating the various times I've spoken about that lately. It says rebirth, connections, perceptions. So I see this card, or I notice it tends to come up when we're being encouraged to stretch ourselves a little bit further. It's like I imagine, I guess, or I have the visual of a tree like this trying to be contained in a wooden box. And there's only so much that this tree can grow before it starts pushing on the edges of this box and actually breaking out of the box. And I feel that sometimes we get in these moments or these times in our life, at these phases, where we're encouraged to step outside or stretch outside of that limiting box that we put ourselves in. So this limiting box could be represented by our comfort zone, which is, like I said, really strong coming up right now. So if we're comfortable going about our routine and our life and things are quite comfortable, maybe a little bit too comfortable. Can they be too comfortable? Are we holding ourselves back in that comfortable space? Or are we coming out of a rough period, a rough patch, and are enjoying this comfort space? How you perceive what this comfort space is, or this comfort zone is for you right now, is a personal thing. I personally like to be in a comfortable space, of course, but I also like to challenge myself. I like to push the boundaries just a little bit or a lot, depending what mood I'm in. So if a part of me is choosing to take the comfortable path, yet there's a bumpy path that I could take that will give me more experience, depends what mood I'm in, I will probably take the bumpy path so I can learn and grow from that experience. So there's a lot that we can grow from when we step out of our comfort zone. And some of us may be really inspired to do that at this time, to break out of that zone, out of those barriers, out of that limiting box that we've been holding ourselves back in. And I guess that's a question that we might want to ask ourselves. Is our comfortable zone, is it something that we're hiding in? Is it limiting us? Or is it just where we need to be right now? If our first response or reaction is, yeah, this is where I need to be, I'm not going to move out of this place, then if that was me, that would draw up a red flag. I would be really taking note of anything I'm immediately having a reaction to. So perhaps think about what is limiting you, what sort of rut are you in at the moment, and are you feeling like in some ways you're outgrowing things, or that you want more experience, or that you're craving an enricher part of your journey? Are you craving to learn something new? Are you thirsty for adventure? If you are, then you might be inspired or being confronted to step outside of your boundaries now, outside of the limiting box that you've put yourself in or that you've found yourself in. Sometimes we, Puss, she's walking behind me. Do you want to say hello or you want to be out that door? That's probably what she wants to do. Here she is. She's probably not very impressed. I think she wants to go out. Just bear with me a second. Of course, I'm sitting right by the front door and the cat's very excited by that. There you go. She'll want back in about 1 minute, no doubt. So, what's stopping you? And what parts of yourself and your life are calling for more? What part of you is thirsty for more experience and more growth and more life? And how can you break down the barriers and grasp that you want to grow into? So this card says observation. So observing how we feel, observing what's holding us back, but also observing what we could perhaps do next. What action can we take now? So I'm going to drum around this. I'm especially interested in drumming around pushing past our boundaries, our limitations, and the things that are holding us back or confining us at this time. So it feels to me like this box that we've put ourselves in, or this box that we've put a part of ourselves in, it's like we're starting to outgrow that now. So we're being inspired to break the box down and let ourselves grow and thrive, free from the limitation or the containment that this box wants to keep us contained in. So whether this is your comfort zone, your own fear of change, your own limitations, the rut that you're in, the lack of action that you're taking, whatever this represents for you, that's what I'm going to drum around. Breaking down this box and giving yourself the space and the permission to break free, to move out of that rut and out of the confines. So I'm going to play this lotus drum. This is on my website right now. I'm going to move this back a little bit. So this is a drum that's available on the website, but I'm going to play it while it's here. Oh, I can't play it yet because I need to move my microphone. So I'm going to play the drum and not talk. And I'm going to play the drum like with the intention of what I said. If there's something that's more pressing for you, if you're dealing with something that's more important than that at this moment, then I suggest that you hold that intention of what you need in your heart. So if you need healing, if you need support, if you need strength or whatever it is that you might need, if it's more important than what I've been talking about, please take that as a priority for you. So trust and be open that you will receive what you need from the drum. So I'm going to drum for 5 or 10 minutes and I'm going to drum to hold the space, to shift energy, to help us push past those boundaries or those limitations or that confinement and into our freedom. So it feels like a real breakthrough sort of energy, you know, feeling it and pushing through and breaking through the barriers. So there's nothing you can do wrong as I drum. At the very least, just listen and take some deep breaths and just let the drum carry you. Let your body feel the drum and where it wants to touch you in different parts of your body. And if you want to take the experience deeper, just drop into the thoughts or the intentions or the meditation vision that works for you, that you feel you need to do. So trust in your intuition. I will, what will I do? No, I'm just going to drum till I stop. I was going to say I'll call you back when it's time to return, but I'm not doing a guided meditation, so that's not relevant. So I think that's all I really need to say. Just take some really nice big breaths and I'll move the microphone. Hopefully the drum won't be too rattly, but we will see. Enjoy. Thank you. I trust you enjoyed that bit of drumming time. If the lotus drum speaks to you, it has a gorgeous sound. Just have a look on the website. It's on the website now. So, interesting energy as I was drumming. I felt a lot of stuff shift. Yeah, see, the cat wants to come in now. She's so funny. Come on then. Come on. You coming? There we go. Yeah, I felt lots of energy shifting with the drum, and then towards the end, strong heart power coming in, reminding us that it's the power, the perspective from the heart that's going to help us push through the confines, the boundaries, the limitations, the ruts that we may have been in. Our head space, our thinking, is going to want to throw up fear and doubt and our insecurities and resistance to change and wondering whether it's the right thing or not. So it's our head space that's going to add confusion. When we can sit in our heart power with this, our heart power, and grow from here, then it's like our thoughts drop into the background, hopefully. Our thoughts hopefully drop into the background, and our heart power steps in to the forefront and drives us forward through into breakthrough, or through to growing and stretching beyond our limitations and the things that have been holding us back. So if you're not sure, if you feel confused or uncertain, you've probably got a lot of energy flowing around and confusing you in your mind. So if you can take some deep breaths and sit in your heart as best as you can and move forward from that heart space, you might find that you have a lot more clarity when you're in or moving from that space in your heart, rather than what your mind's confusing you with. Puss, what are you doing? Come on then. Come on. She was trying to jump on the drum. You want to come up onto my lap? Okay, she doesn't know what she wants. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're not, please stop commenting things about religious stuff, Brianna. Otherwise I'll have to block you, because we don't affiliate with any religion here. And if you don't resonate with what I'm doing, if this is not in alignment with your beliefs, then I just invite you to go and do something that you love. So some of us enjoy this, and I just ask you to please hold this space in love and stop pushing your beliefs here. So I'll just leave that with you. But if you do comment again about religious stuff, I will be deleting and banning you from my page. And I mean that with love and respect. It is important to me that this space is in honour of what's true for me and what's true for the work that I do. And I don't align with any religion of any kind. So thank you. I'm going to pull another healing energy card for our representing. Let me turn the light on. Ah, there's light. I'm going to draw another card to represent our forward movement from here. So what do we need to know next? I'm also going to hang around a little bit for a chit chat after I pull this card. So if you want to have a little chat about anything, I'm not doing readings. I won't be doing reading requests, but if you have any general questions for me, or if you'd like some advice that I might be able to help with, then please hang around. So let's grab a healing energy card to represent our forward movement from here. So that means, what do we need to know now? So we've talked a lot about stepping out of our comfort zone, allowing ourselves to grow and push past our limitations and our boundaries. So what do we need to know now to implement these changes, to sit in the strength of our heart and trust in our heart's guidance and what our heart feels at the time, if you know what I mean, rather than the confusion that our mind wants us to believe. So our forward movement from here card is this. Card 11, the Goddess Awakening. This talks about preparing to step into the unknown, to step into the new and the true. So the new, to step into the new, there is an unknown element, which can be a little bit scary because we don't know what's on the other side of that door. But we just have to trust in each step that we take. We don't need to know all of the information about what's on the other side of that door that we're opening. All we need to do is know that it feels right and then just take that one step at a time. So Goddess Awakening, it's time to walk through into the unknown. It's time to do it. This is telling us to do it, to birth new things in our life now, to step out of the confines of that box that I was talking about before and let ourselves grow and become more of who we are. It says you are being guided to birth new things. Embrace change. I'm also going to add make changes and welcome the power of this moment. So not getting too far ahead of ourselves, but trusting in each step that we take. If it feels right, if it inspires us, then it is right. If we're not sure, we're confused, then we just wait back until we get clarity. We don't need to know all 10 steps of what we're going to take in advance. As long as it feels right when we take that first step and then feels right when we take that next step, then it is right. So I trust that makes sense for you. You are awakening. Step into your power. And like Ricky says, just do it. I love that. Thanks, Ricky. So that's that. So I've used my healing energy cards today. If you want to learn more or work with them, they're great tools to support your self-healing journey and how you can empower yourself. Then please have a look on my website. If you want to learn more about the Lotus drum, that's also on my website. That's available. I have 2 drums available at the moment, which is a very rare thing. So if a drum calls you, please take a peek at my website. And if you want to learn more about the work that I do, please visit my website at templeofbalance.com.au. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you want to connect more privately, just send us a message through our website. So thank you so much. So I'm going to be hanging out now for the next 5 or 10 minutes. If you have anything you'd like to ask, but I'm not doing readings. If you have anything that you'd like to ask, anything you're stuck with that I might be able to give you some advice on, anything you want to ask me about my journey, or if you just want to say hello, whatever you want to say or do, if you have that urge, please speak up. If I don't know the answer to something, I'm certainly going to say that. And yeah, I'll only answer what I can. So, hello. Very random. Hi, Lena. I love your surname, Lena. Creativeson. That's just an awesome surname to me. Thanks, Ricky. Thanks, Valentina. Thanks, Tabitha. So how are you doing? Do you want to sit on my lap now, Puss? It looks like you want to. We'll see if she does. Here. Do you want to, or are you just going to stab me? No, I don't think she does. So, what do we want to talk about? Anything? What would I like to talk about while I'm waiting? Isn't it funny? I put myself on the spot and then nothing comes to mind. So I guess I'll talk about how I've been feeling. How have I been feeling? I've been feeling really good. We've just finished the self-healing intensive program. The last day was today, so I feel like I've left the nest and I feel so independent and stepped into my freedom a lot today. And plus, it's sort of like spring is in the air, which is really awesome. Lynn says, I love your cat. Thanks, Lynn. Tanya asks for smudging tips. Okay, smudging tips. Smudging and clearing negativity is all about intentions. So you don't even have to use a smudge stick. You don't have to use an incense. If you don't have those things available, you can use your hand. You can use a feather or a leaf or a crystal. And mainly it's about holding the intention clear in your mind. You know, like when I'm picking a card for the day and I just trust 100% in the intention that I have to find a card for that day and the guidance that it's going to share, or the guidance it's going to prompt. So it's the same thing. It's just about holding the intention of clearing negativity from your home, your room, yourself, other people, your car, your workspace. So basically it's just intentions. Be clear about your intentions and you're going to have a better result. It's like when I'm clear about my intention to pull a card, then I'm going to have a clear result. If I'm not sure, if my intentions are a bit muddy or a bit confused, I'm not going to have a clear answer. So keep your intentions clear is probably the best tip. What you use for smudging is irrelevant. It's the intention. I trust that makes sense, Tanya. Great question. Deborah. Hello, Deborah. Deborah says, so I have a beautiful drum from New Mexico and the skin has cracked and needs to be replaced. I would really like to fix it, but not sure what to do. I don't know either, Deborah. I'm really sorry to hear that that happened. Perhaps the drum, maybe it was in a very hot environment, like in a car or something where it got very hot and cracked. If you find a drum maker in your local area or in your travels, a drum maker should be able to take the skin off and put another skin on. So it might be something to talk to a drum maker about. So yeah, that's probably the only thing that you can do is get a replacement skin. Thanks, Raven. Priscilla, hello. Priscilla says, all I want to say is that I'm really excited with the upcoming Animal Kingdom Oracle deck. I hear you, Priscilla. I am as well. And still no news, but I'm sure we'll hear very soon that they've finished printing. Thank you so much. Hi, Ruben. Ruben says, Namaste, Lee. Crystal love and blessings from Johannesburg in Zambia. Is Z-A, Zambia, Johannesburg? I'm not sure which country that is. Sounds terrible. But thank you, Ruben. Lots of love to you. Hi, Judy. Judy says, thank you. Only just found you tonight, so I'll watch the replay. Okie dokie. Hi, Quadia. Quadia says, how to deal with being a knowing person. Seeing the future is hard. It can be so frustrating, can't it? When we have that knowing or we have that ability to foresee things for ourselves or perhaps others, and we can kind of see or feel or know where we're going to be, say step Z or Z. I don't know how you say it, but I say it, well, Z usually in Australia or here in Tasmania anyway. But let's say we can see that final outcome where we're going. And it'd be very difficult to realise that we have to get from here, from this point that we're up to now, this moment, to that step that's further away. So it can be really frustrating. So how do you deal with that? Perhaps maybe do your best not to invest too much attention on that future that you see and break it down and keep telling yourself and recognizing for yourself that it is more about one step at a time rather than skipping a bunch of steps and getting to the end. So you've still got to go through all that stuff, those steps to get to where you're going. So just keep reminding yourself to keep perspective and keep balanced. You don't want to be living too much of your moment with your awareness in the future. So just be aware of it, but bring it back to the reality that I'm here now and I have to deal with what I'm dealing with to get to that point. So that's a great question, Quidia. Thank you. Hi, Julie. Julie says, your cards have been perfect. Just needed that gentle nudge. Ready to embrace the day. Have a great day, Julie, and all of those of you waking up. Hi, Judy. Judy says, how to raise your energy when you're in a bad place. And I see you've written something else here. Will the self-healing course be available all the time? Yeah, I guess I'll answer that first. The self-healing program that I've just completed today is available on my website and you can start that anytime you want. So I've now got 2 programs on the website. There's a 30-day one that I did back in 2016 and then the most recent one is a 3-week program. Both of those are available on the website and you can start them anytime. If you scroll down through the program itself, I've got a list of the titles for each day so you can see which program might inspire you first. I would personally recommend the one that we've just done because it's fresh, it's new, it's about, it's current, if that makes sense. So let's jump back up to your other question, Judy. How to raise your energy when you're in a bad place. So, okay, so if I think about bad place, I'm assuming that you're going through challenges, there's negativity around, that you're being pressured or you're not coping very well right now. So what would you do? I find if I'm in spaces like that, I need to really look after myself. So I need to make sure I'm eating properly. I need to make sure I'm drinking a lot of water and that I'm resting and looking after myself. So making sure that when I'm doing these things that I'm really involved in it. I know that sounds a bit weird, but like for example, if I'm just having my daily shower, but I'm really not coping right now with things in my life, I will use my shower time to help me cleanse and clear away my worries and my stresses. So I'll really focus on these everyday things that I'm doing to help me face what I'm facing in my life. So a great thing to do in the shower or in the bath is to work with the water and the energy to help clear and release that stress and that worry. So you could stand under the shower and ask with your intentions that the water carry away all of your worries and your stresses and all the negativity at this time. And imagine it washing over your skin and going down the drain and away from you, so that you can really concentrate on clearing a lot of that stuff out. You might be inspired to smudge your home, so clearing, going around all the walls and the corners and the doors and clearing out the energy in your space, in your home, opening the doors, letting the fresh air in, and really taking some steps to clear that old energy out. If it's an ongoing problem, it might be helpful to sit with your journal and think about and reflect upon and contemplate what's going on, what you need to do to change things. Is there anything that you can do right now to change things? So I'd be looking at self-nurturing, working with that energy to clear, smudging perhaps, and then looking at, okay, what do I need to change about my life? Sometimes we go through these phases, so it might not be anything that you need to do. It might just be a matter of how do I get through my day right now? And sometimes one of the biggest things that can help us is to remind us just to be gentle with ourselves. So if things are tough, just be gentle. Just do your best to get through your day. Be grateful you woke up the next day, and then just do your best to get through the day again. So if you're in that sort of space as well. So I'm not sure if this is ongoing or just a phase that you're going through, but I trust that helps Judy and anyone else that might resonate with. Thanks, Tanya. Valentina says, I've planted sage. It's very easy to grow and it has lots of kinds. Some have beautiful flowers. They do. I've tried growing sage many times in the past and haven't had much success, I must say. Deborah says it's dry here. And it's quite wet here, actually. Lynn says, hello, Lynn. I have a drum my friend gave me before she passed. I think from a shop in St Kilda in Melbourne. Can red skin them? Oh, you can reskin them. Yeah, you can. And what a beautiful gift that your friend gave you. Tabitha says, what age did you know this was your calling? What age did I know that this was my calling? I've always been interested in this sort of stuff for a long time. Probably started being really seriously interested from about the age of 12 or 13. And then around the year 2000, I stepped up my self-healing side of things, did a lot of reading, a lot of learning, a lot of connecting with myself, looking and taking responsibility for how I felt. So in the year 2000, I was 24, and then I started Temple of Balance in 2005. So I was 29 when I started that. So I guess that might help. I guess it's for me, it's been more of a remembering. And I remembered very quickly. It's like I just knew it was right because things were happening very fast. I was thirsty for information, but I was remembering very, very quickly. So things happened very quickly. So I kind of knew that this was the path I needed to take. And then I just, because I'm a trained hairdresser, and then I had my children, and then I was like, before I try and go back to doing hairdressing, once my children were at school, I thought I'll give this a go. I'll see if I can, work and do this sort of stuff, do readings and drawings for people and healing work for people. And then that evolved. So that's when Temple of Balance started. So that was, well, how long ago my maths brain has turned off. Not that it's hasn't really been on today. So I think we're heading towards 14 years since I decided that. And I just dove straight in, head on, feet first. Thank you. South Africa. Oh, ZA is South Africa. Thanks, Ruben. Hi, Linda. Yes, Quidir. Point A to point B. Don't get too ahead of yourself. Noelle says that Colorado loves me. Thank you. Sandy says, Idaho is here. On fire, but here. Lots of fire is there. Isn't it interesting? We've had so much rain here in Tasmania, but sending you lots of love, no matter where you are and if you're struggling with something right now, wherever you are. Hi, Tammy. Tammy says, I've just joined after a frustrating, complex day of endings and new beginnings. So I feel this is where I need to be to have unconditional support. Thank you. Thanks, Tammy. Sending you lots of love. And I trust things smooth out for you. Bronwyn, hello. I just came in late because I was washing old out in the bath as you spoke about it. I know I've loved doing that today. Welcome. Judy loves the shower idea. Thank you very much. You're very welcome. Thanks, guys. And Tammy, yes, 13 years, 13 and a half or something like that. So, yes, thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I better get into doing some other work now, which I guess I'm putting off a little bit, but that's okay. I'm about to go and start doing some typing. So I will love you and leave you. Thanks for joining me today for this healing time and this bit of a chit chat. Sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. Thank you so much for being who you are, and please know that you are loved and you are supported, and that it is important that you are here. You are worthy of being here. Please try not to think of yourself as small or insignificant. You are. It is important for you to be here. I don't know, there's other words I'm trying to say. I'm not really sure right now, but you are valuable. Who you are is worthy of life. You are worthy of life. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. So you are here. Recognize your power. Sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. Please have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll be back to connect with you again real soon. So thank you and namaste. The cat's purring now. Bye.